Hey everybody, how's it going? Nasal Cactus here. So I'm already a little ways into opening this. This is something that I've been talking about doing on the channel for a while now. I feel like since really the beginning of opening booster boxes for Star Wars Unlimited, the new TCG game from Fantasy Flight Games. I was really struggling with this box on camera and decided to just try and start opening it on my own. That way I didn't look too foolish trying to do all of it on camera. I'm still going to look a little silly, and I know that I'm probably triggering people by my inability to open a box. Star Wars Unlimited, the two-player starter set comes with 110 cards, 40 counters, 1 quick start rules, 2 playmats / posters, and 2 folded deck boxes. So this is meant to be just straight out of the box. You are ready to play Spark of Rebellion. This is a part of it that I have not really gotten into just yet. So far, I've been really focusing on buying packs and basically collecting cards. In the deck building aspect of this game, there are some characters that you need in order to make an effective deck to go out and play against people. And in just the normal buying booster packs and breaking those, the sort of the slot machine that those can be, you don't really get some of the characters that you need for that. And so, for example, I have Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually have a couple, but I don't have a Han Solo as a unit. I don't know if I have a Chewbacca. I think I do, but I don't have Leia Organa, let alone 3. So a starter deck like this will really help set up at least a couple of options for me to expand off of, whether or not that's going to be some kind of aggro build, a control build, whatever the case may be. A lot of these other things, Waylay, Vanquish, Asteroid Sanctuary, Repair, those have all been in the mix for a minute if you've been following these openings. And I do actually have both the Luke Skywalker and the Darth Vader as leaders. They came as part of a pre-release that I opened not too long ago. I'm interested to see if those leader cards are different than these. I don't think they will be. That's Luke, and here is Vader. I'll admit that when it comes to pre-built starter decks like this, I'm not usually a huge fan. I've been collecting Pokemon cards for a long time, and the starter decks, I don't think I enjoyed them because it kind of took all the suspense out of it. And so for something like this, you very much know what you're getting straight out of the box. And I like the surprise of booster boxes. So I'm not going to open this thing all the way up because you won't be able to see it anyway. But we've got a Luke Skywalker. That fold makes his face look a little weird. But this is the playmat / poster that is a part of it. And I've actually seen this. I will open this actually, because the other side is the playmat that they mention on the back of the box. So what's really cool, it lays out all the different areas that you can put units out, space units, ground units, whatever the case may be. Don't mind the big stack of cards I'm still sorting through. Initiative counters. But on the playmat, just directly on here, setup, round structure, reference, all the rules that you really need in order to get started as soon as possible. And I think that's going to be a really big help when I start playing. Here in the next couple of weeks, actually, there's a card shop not too far from where I live, where I've actually bought a couple of the booster boxes that I have gotten. And I see, yeah, this is Vader. So it's basically, these playmats are the artwork the posters are the artwork for each of these characters. And then Vader, let's see, I assume also has playmat on the other side. He does. A little darker to show the dark side. I didn't look at the images in like the ground units or anything like that. I would assume that they're the same. But yeah. So yeah, I think that having those rules handy on a playmat will be a great way to get started at this local card shop that I'm going to start playing at here pretty soon. I got to start getting those weekly booster packs. The play booster packs. Here we go. The folded deck boxes to play with. Get the decks into once they are out of this box. We got some damage counters. I think I have a couple of these already. They're somewhere around here. Spark of Rebellion, quick start rules. Another great thing to have on hand as I get started at the card shop. I'm really interested just to see. I've been watching more YouTube videos and having not really just sat down and read this yet, being focused more on the collection part so far. I need to like really start to understand what exhausting a unit means and resourcing units and things like that. It's just making sure nothing left in the box, nothing in there. So I unfortunately kind of devastated this packaging. We'll just pretend that didn't happen as I throw a couple things away. All right, so I'm going to start with Vader's deck here. Interesting, coming in some like tissue paper, but I've noticed that Fantasy Flight has packed a majority of their stuff in paper. You know, the booster packs are in paper. A lot of people have been talking about how nice it is to have booster packs that are paper wrappers. So, all right, let's take a look here. Are you the same? No, it is actually a different leader card. Slightly different artwork. All the abilities appear to be the same. What does the other side look like? Yeah, nice. Different artwork on both sides. And obviously the promo card has the foil aspect to it. This one does not. And that kind of goes to the lack of surprise. You know, you're not going to pull a showcase Darth Vader out of this this starter deck. So going through, you know, the pre-builts, there's tokens, and then we're getting into TIE LN fighters, Death Star stormtroopers, several of those, Admiral Ozzel. So Admiral Motti is a, I think that they actually have special signifiers if the camera will focus. I'm using a slightly different light setup, so it's just having some difficulty. Also, the playmat probably doesn't help when it comes to trying to get a focus. So they've got this S at the bottom. Let's get to, no, see, the Snowtrooper lieutenants have regular commons. The Vipers, yeah, these are normal. I'd have to look. I wonder if those, I wonder if these are just starter cards. I don't know about that. I'll have to do a little more research. A lot of these seen before. Emperor Palpatine as a rare, so he does not have that S that stands apart as a rare. Vader's lightsaber has the S though. So so yeah, maybe they're just like two different versions. Maybe there's a starter deck version of some of these, and then there are like the rarer versions that you can pull straight out of a pack. So interesting that it ends on like an uncommon though. So yeah, I will admit I don't know a ton about, you know, the structure of picking a leader, picking a base, and what kinds of decks there are to build. I know a lot of people are playing Sabine Wren decks because they're pretty aggro from what I understand. But I've been reading some interesting sort of counters to that. And as I just like get used to the mechanics and hearing people talk about it a little bit more, hopefully glean a little bit in terms of how to build them on my own. I have a feeling I gotta say I like this one a little bit more. I mean, Empire Strikes Back, staple of my childhood. So, pretty iconic scene. This one, the promo card looks like he's Zac Efron. like like Zac Efron from the wrestling movie with his haircut from that. It's an interesting art style. Not bad, just, a little more comic book than the others. So, but yeah, I have a feeling the meta on this game is going to evolve pretty rapidly now that we are sort of in the thick of it. So I didn't have R2 or 3PO at all. As far as I know, you can pull them from normal packs, but I hadn't gotten them yet. So restored ARC 170s, and then here are the Princess Leia cards that I also do not have. And then there's got to be a Han Solo in here that I have not gotten yet. Okay, I definitely have this Chewbacca card already, so nice to be able to say that I have that one. And I already have this Obi-Wan. Had not gotten this Han Solo yet, though. So, nice rare card to have just to add to the overall collection. 3 Luke's lightsabers, Repair, Shoot First, which we've seen, Sanctuary, Surprise Attack, we've seen all those, Waylay we've seen, and 3 Vanquish to round this one out. So we've seen a lot of those. Yeah, I'll admit, like, this is a video I'm not exactly sure what to do with it just by itself, rather than kind of show off everything that you get from the box, just because I'm trying to convince some people that I know to hop in here and play some games. And then I think that's when we'll be able to like really see what this game has to offer. So yeah, I mean, look, I think for a game that's brand new, to come in and have all of this at your disposal, to just sit down and get started and not have to worry about creating a deck on a budget, and to get people in quickly, because of what I keep trying to thought I keep not finishing, is I do think that the meta of this game is going to change, because Fantasy Flight Games already has a second set of cards for Star Wars Unlimited ready to come out. I think it comes out in June of 2024. It's definitely coming up this summer. It's like Shadows of the Galaxy, I think is what it's called. There's been some artwork for Rey, Moff Gideon, and Mando, and Kylo Ren. So that I think might be, you might see more of like the sequel era characters coming into the fold, along with these cards, which are pretty much the Rogue One, Rebels, some original trilogy, but like very early on in terms of characters and events. So yeah, I think that if you can get in and have this as like a nice place to start, these are probably like 2 really solid pieces of foundation to build from and create a deck that feels more like your play style. But I'm gonna give these a shot. I'm gonna go play here in a couple of days. I was just talking to the guy at the card store today when I picked up another booster box, a 3rd booster box, about coming down and playing and getting some weekly play packs, and he was very very into the idea of getting me in there to learn this game. So yeah, that's kind of all I have. I know it's not like a big reveal. There's not a whole lot to this, just other than kind of showing what you get out of the box. But this is something that I've been talking about doing. It's something that people were encouraging me to do, to just get this footing. And, still enjoying pulling, trying to find those showcase cards still. But I think now this is the next step for me, is taking these pieces and actually learning how to play. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much for your support through all these videos. If you are liking what you see, please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. You can turn on notifications. And comment down below if you've been playing already. What deck are you playing? Are you trying different things? Did you start with this starter deck and kind of expand from there on your own? I'm really curious to see how people are building their play style from what's out there right now and what's already being played in like small tournaments. I think it's Lothar, I think HS is another YouTuber who he talked about going to I think it was a Swedish tournament with like 90 people or something. I'm probably wrong on the number and the name. If I am, I apologize. But it sounds like this game has hit the ground running. You know, there's been talk of supply and demand, and I think that this game is like very popular right out of the gate. I think Fantasy Flight even kind of came out and was talking about how they're going to make sure there's enough supply to come out as people are looking for it. So if you want to get into it, you might want to keep an eye out for any available packs or boxes or anything like that. But you know, jumping in point, I think this is a really solid place to start. So once again, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you soon.